Hi, Kelly Ryan here. For those who don't know me, I'm a registered holistic nutritionist. So, considering this is just past New Year's, most people are making New Year's resolutions, so I figured I would talk today about what my thoughts are on New Year's resolutions. So, even though, something, I would say actually most people probably make some form of New Year's resolution. And did you know that 88% of those resolutions fail? Isn't that crazy? So, do I think that New Year's resolutions are a waste of time? The short answer is no. You just have to do them properly. Goals and making resolutions and goals are actually fantastic, because the thing is if you don't have a goal stating where you want to go, then how do you know if you've achieved your goal and if you've gotten there, right? So it actually is very important to set goals. It's very important to check in with yourself on your goals, and not just set a year-long goal, right? But, make them in smaller chunks. You can set a year-long goal, but cut that year-long goal into smaller chunks, say 3 months. So what is a good way to set a goal? Well, it has to be SMART. And what do I mean by that? It needs to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So I'll break it down a little bit. So specific, you don't want to just say, I want to get healthier. I mean, that really doesn't mean anything. Everybody wants to get healthier, obviously, right? But it really doesn't mean healthy. It doesn't mean anything, really. What you want to say is something along the lines of, I want to lower my cholesterol. That's a bit more specific. You also want it to be measurable. So instead of just saying, I want to lower my cholesterol, you want to say, I want to lower my cholesterol 1 point. See where I'm going with this? Now, the thing is it also has to be achievable. If your cholesterol is 5 points, you're not going to say, I want to lower my cholesterol 10 points. That would put you at -5, right? So it does need to be achievable. It also needs to be realistic. So again, you're not going to say, I want to lower my cholesterol 10 points in the next 2 weeks. And don't get me wrong, I'm using extreme cases here, but just to give you the idea. Lowering your cholesterol 10 points in 2 weeks really is not realistic. It's not even possible. And you want it to be timely. So you want to put a time frame on it. Or else you'll never really are going to start, because you're never really going to have an end. You don't have a time frame to measure it by. So you might want to say, I want to lower my cholesterol 1 point in the next 3 months. Now here's the kicker, is you have to believe it, okay? If you don't believe it, well, the fact is whatever you believe is true. So if you believe you can do it, you've got a much better chance of it happening. If you believe you can't do it, well, chances are you can't. And that's just it, So if you truly don't believe that you can achieve your goal, then you need to set a more realistic goal. So if you don't think you can do 1 point in 3 months, well, can you do a half a point in 3 months? Or can you start laying the groundwork, and you're going to do steps A, B, C to start laying this groundwork? So these are the questions that you have to ask yourself, and only you know these answers. So you just have to make sure that you're thinking hard and telling yourself the truth about it. The other thing too that's really important is, or that will help anyways, is one, tell somebody what your goal is, because then you've got that accountability factor, and get them to check in with you, right? Because, you know, accountability really goes a long way. I did a marketing mastermind group during the last fall, and we met every week, and we had that accountability. And I can tell you something, the fact that I had to tell somebody else whether or not I reached that week's task made me make sure that I was reaching that week's task. So, you know, that accountability really does go a long way. Also, it's really good to write it down and post it somewhere where you're going to see it. So, I mean, it could be as simple as on just a little yellow sticky note that you have on your bathroom mirror or your computer at work or whatever, right? It doesn't need to be anything formal. It just needs to be written down. And then using these goals, then you can break it down into smaller chunks. So say you want to lower, I don't know, say you want to lower your cholesterol by 3 points in 3 months. You know, it's a lot easier than to say, okay, well, that's 1 point a month, which is 1/4 of a point a week. Now, 1/4 of a point doesn't sound like very much, does it? Right? So, but then that's the thing. You can work towards a plan when you've got a specific goal. Anyways, I hope that this has been helpful for you. That's pretty much it for me on resolutions. But in all honesty, if you want some help achieving your goals, I'm starting a 3-month Healthy and Thriving group starting on January 7th. To find out more about it, just click the link below. And I hope that we see you in the group. It's going to be a great time. I'm only taking 11. I'm only taking 12. One spot's gone, so there's only 11 spots left. And if you're going to sign up, you have to do so by midnight Friday night, because after that the doors are closing. Because in all honesty, I have to be able to get things out to the people in the group. Anyways, I would love to see you. There's going to be meal plans involved and coaching with me, weekly coaching with me. And, there's also going to be great accountability with the group. And we're going to work on a lot of fun stuff. Anyways, so yeah, if you're interested, click the link below, and I hope we'll see you in the group. Stay healthy.